All praises to Yahawah Shai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the sincere Akim and the full cons of the earth, preaching in sincerity and truth. Proverbs 22 and verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is the servant to the lender. This is actually precept showing the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 43. The stranger, means the other nation, says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. So when Israel was receiving their benefits from Yahawah by keeping the commandments of law, they were on top of these nations. But because of the breaking of the law and the prophecies foretold, the things that we will have to go through, that represent these other nations, Esau being the head, which is the bankers, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Getty, and so forth. They're the ones basically have the so-called Negroes, Hispanic and Native Indians still going to them to borrow loans and all this kind of stuff, and have to pay them big debts, which they're not being able to pay. They either lock them up in prison, or they take away their houses and so forth. Verse 8. He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. Right? So the so-called white man's anger is not going to last for a very long time. Although the scripture says the straightness of his anger lasts for a period of time, it shows that Yahawah Shai is coming back. By the prophets preaching and showing these destruction are coming, it shows the white man wickedness and showing that his time is about to be cut off. This proverb, Job chapter 4. Job chapter 4 and verse 8. Even if I have seen the plow iniquity, and the sow wickedness reap the same. That's even showing you that 2/3 of our people also are reaping some of the benefits which Esau allows them to have in order to corrupt our nation. Like the so-called pastors like T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollars. Esau set up as the head of them, and they worship him, right? In the form of Caesarea Borgia and all his monarchs that he has, right? Go to Psalms chapter 7, Psalm 7 and verse 14. Psalm 7 and verse 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and had conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. The white man is actually lying and saying like he's the bearer of light, claiming to find all these things, come to feeding to say that he's Jewish, having his grandson in Jerusalem, and all these places being the rich ones of the earth, lending to the like setting up welfare, saying that he's helping out the so-called black, Native American and so forth, and claiming to be the Messiah. Right? Verse 15. He made a pit and diggeth it, and it falleth into the ditches which he made. So all this thing that he's setting up is only preparing himself to expose through the prophets of who he really is, to cause his downfall, right? Which is going to be under the rulership of Yahawah Shai and the elect men. They're the ones that are going to destroy him, right? After he's finished serving his 1,000 years of slavery, he's going to be completely obliterated. That means he's not going to be no more. Psalms chapter 9 and verse 6. Verse 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen, thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast put off their name forever and ever. Right? The so-called white man name is going to be put off forever and ever. That's just confirmation of the scriptures. Right? Verse 6. O thou enemies, destruction are come to a popular end, and thou hast destroyed cities, their memorials is perished with them. Therefore, the so-called white man destroyed the by destroying the so-called blacks, Native American, and Hispanics, by doing evil unto them, going into their lands, and holding the children of Judah of captivity also. The time is coming when all these things are going to turn back to him. What the scripture said in Revelation, he that lead into captivity must go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword will be killed with the sword.
God.
All right. Verse 15 of chapter 9 of Psalms. And the heathens are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid, in their own foot taken. Right? That goes with Psalms 83. It tells you that they made an agreement together. They're all going to be caught in this pit, which the Most High is going to use these other nations to nuke Babylon, which is America, Esau's kingdom. And then they're going to turn again upon themselves. And then Yahawah is going to destroy them when they turn one together to destroy. They're going to be completely destroyed. Verse 15. Verse 16. The Lord, Yahawah, is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the works of their own hands. Hagion Selah. Verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahawah. Even 2/3 of our people on this side of the world are going to be cleansed by nuclear fire, right? If they don't die by the sword or famine, they're going to be cleansed by the nuclear fire, and they're going to return back into the kingdom as a holy and soul people, righteous people doing the ordinance of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. With that, Akim, I admonish you, continue in the faith, continue preaching in sincerity and truth, because we are at the end and our salvation draweth nigh. All praises to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to apostles and elders, a great millstone, and to the sincere Akim. Shalom.